up, will Dwight Howard be coming back to the Lakers? We look at the odds the former Lakers star returns after the DeMarcus Cousins injury. And could Bradley Beal be a Laker? Trade rumors involving Kyle Kuzma are starting to surface. And lastly, LeBron is blasted by a former NBA player over not forcing the Lakers' hand and signing Carmelo Anthony. I'm Hannah Kulik, your host of Lakers Report from Chat Sports, starting right now. Alright, now we're just going to start off with something that I never in a million, billion, trillion years ever thought I would ever say, but Dwight Howard could possibly be a Laker, you guys. After the injury to DeMarcus Cousins, it is being reported that Dwight Howard is not only possibly being considered, but he's actually going to be coming in for a workout to try out to be on this Lakers squad next season. So I just want to know, do you guys think that Dwight Howard should get another chance of being a Laker? If you do, type Y down below. If not, type N down below. I have very mixed opinions about this, you guys. It is something that, again, I just never thought would ever happen. But now, recently, this is really heating up. You know, Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN just tweeted that the Lakers are going to be giving tryouts to Dwight Howard, Joakim Noah, Marreese Speights, and Marcin Gortat. Now, you know, when you're looking at Dwight Howard and Joakim Noah, those are two guys who maybe are a little bit more kind of guys that you would expect the Lakers to be kind of looking after. You know, those guys are more defensively minded players. They're probably, if you're considering all four of these players, the two more talented of the players, but they are still going to be working out both Marreese Speights, who played in China last season, and then Marcin Gortat, who failed to sign with another team after being let go by the Clippers back in February. Now, Noah, Speights, and Gortat are all free agents, so if the Lakers do decide to pick them up, there's really no concern there. They can just easily sign them. But Dwight Howard actually is the only player who is still technically under contract for the Memphis Grizzlies, but apparently, according to Memphis, they have no problems buying him out so that he could go and join the Lakers if that is what they decide to do. Now, this is just really crazy, guys. I kind of want to talk about this a little bit because Dwight Howard coming back to the Lakers, could you just imagine, you know, back in 2013, that 2012-2013 season when the Lakers originally signed him to kind of build this dream team back. We also signed Steve Nash, we had Kobe. You know, things just obviously didn't work out, to put it mildly, but at that time, Dwight Howard was considered one of the best centers in the NBA, and you know, it's kind of crazy just how fast his career has really downward spiraled since then, and he honestly is just one of the most hated guys in the entire NBA, definitely one of the most hated guys amongst the fans. He's booed every time he even steps foot within Staples Center. Even if he's like 100-mile radius from Staples Center, I feel like he's booed. So the fact that he could actually be a Laker now and return to this team after everything that happened, all of the drama that happened when he was on the team back in 2013 is just completely nuts. But if I am putting my complete 100% bias aside, you guys, Dwight Howard is actually a good player if he is healthy. Obviously, the last couple of years, he's really struggled with a lot of back injuries, but if he could be healthy, he could, and I can't even believe I'm saying this because I am not a Dwight Howard fan, you guys, but if I'm just putting all my bias aside, like I mentioned, he could actually be a good pickup for this team if, of course, he decides to stop being a cancer in the locker room, have a better attitude, and be more of a role player. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that, if his pride is going to be able to kind of be put aside and be able to play more of this role player role, but if he does decide to do that, it could be actually a good pickup for this team because, you know, Dwight Howard is a guy that, if healthy, he could easily average a double-double a night, in my opinion. And at the end of the day, you guys, as shocking as this seems, Dwight Howard returning to LA is looking like more and more of a possibility each day. But let's move on because I don't even want to talk about Dwight Howard anymore, you guys. I'm over it. Let's just see what happens with all of that drama. But let's move on to our second story here. That is Ty Lue. Now, Ty Lue is officially going to be a assistant coach on the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, we can all remember, you know, back earlier this summer when it was rumored that Ty Lue was going to be the Lakers head coach. You know, apparently he had his birthday. It was a Lakers-themed birthday cake, but it just didn't work out, and the Lakers ended up going with Frank Vogel and assistant coach Jason Kidd. But now it is being reported that Ty Lue is joining the Clippers. Now, personally, I don't really care anymore. I actually almost forgot that Ty Lue was going to be the Lakers head coach. You know, I am just moved on. I'm excited about Frank Vogel. I think from everything that I've heard from him, I think he is a very good coach, a great coach for this team. I think he has a great mindset and a great game plan moving forward into the season. So I don't really care that much that Ty Lue decided to go be an assistant coach for the Los Angeles Clippers. At the end of the day, you guys, we all know who runs LA. The Lake Show does. But I am curious, are you guys disappointed? What are your guys' thoughts about Ty Lue deciding to go coach for the Clippers? Let me know down in the comments below, because obviously, you know, I think some people are going to be a little disappointed. It's going to feel a little bit kind of like a backstabbing situation again, but I, for one, am fully moved on, and I'm just excited with our coaching staff that we have now and with our team and our roster that we have going into this season. Now, we still have a few more exciting storylines here today, including is Kyle Kuzma going to be traded? But before we do, I want to make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button down below so that you do not miss a single second of all things Lakers. Also, make sure you subscribe to the new Chat Sports Lakers YouTube channel as well. We're going to be posting there constantly. It's going to be an extremely exciting Lakers season, and we want to make sure that you do not miss a single second of it. Now, moving on to our next topic here today, is Kyle Kuzma going to be traded for Bradley Beal? This one has me definitely scratching my head and definitely thinking that this may be more of a rumor. Don't really think the Lakers are going to want to trade Kuzma, but at the end of the day, Sportskeeda is reporting that apparently the Lakers are interested in shopping for Bradley Beal, but in order to do this, of course, they would have to include Kyle Kuzma. The one guy they weren't even apparently willing to trade for Anthony Davis, but it would have to include Kyle Kuzma, of course, JaVale McGee, and KCP. Now, I don't necessarily think this is going to happen. I think this is just a big rumor, like I just said. But if the Lakers do somehow decide to make this trade, you know, they would believe that then they would have their third star. Obviously, as we all remember, the Lakers' plan this offseason was to have 3 superstars. Did not work out, and they ended up just getting Anthony Davis and LeBron James and really filling out the rest of their roster with a lot of depth and role players. But they feel that if they are able to make a trade and get Bradley Beal, again, this is according to Sportskeeda, that then they would have their third superstar. Now listen, it is hard to say I don't want Bradley Beal. Obviously, he is one of the best shooters in this league. You know, he averaged about 25 points per game last season for the Washington Wizards. He's a young player. He's a sharpshooter. He would really be a great asset to this team and would then kind of help us get that slight advantage in the Western Conference. But at the end of the day, you guys, I don't think this is going to happen. I don't necessarily even want to trade Kyle Kuzma because I believe that Kuzma could be that third star for us this season. But I'm curious if the Lakers do end up signing Bradley Beal and trading for him, of course. Do you think then they would have their third star? Is Bradley Beal that guy that would then make the Lakers have that third superstar? Let me know down below, because obviously very talented guy, could add a lot to this team. But again, I just think this is seeming more like a rumor. Now, we have one more story here today. Again, I am your host, Hannah Kulik. Make sure to follow me on my IG at Hannah Rose Kulik and my Twitter at Hannah_Kulik for all things Lakers and, of course, a little fitness. If you know me, you know I love to post workout videos and fitness tips on my Instagram as well. But let's move on, because our last storyline today, LeBron James is getting called out by a former NBA player for not forcing the Lakers to sign his friend Carmelo Anthony. Royce White gave a little interview calling out LeBron James for not forcing the Lakers to sign Carmelo Anthony and instead allowing them to sign Jared Dudley. He said that Jared Dudley doesn't even hold a candle to Carmelo Anthony, and that it's a shame that this guy is not in the league, and that LeBron James should be ashamed of himself for not forcing the Lakers to pick up a guy like Carmelo, because his skill set is off the charts. But you know what, you guys, honestly, yes, I do find it a little questionable that Carmelo Anthony is still floating around there and he's not on a team, but at the end of the day, it's for a reason. You know, there was a time when Carmelo was one of the best players in the NBA, but obviously that's not the case anymore, as we've seen these last couple of years, him really struggling to stay in the league, and now he is still a free agent, still does not have a team moving forward for this season. So obviously there's a reason that the Lakers are not interested in Carmelo anymore. Obviously rumors have been, you know, saying, and he has been tied to the purple and gold, but obviously there was a reason that they decided to go with Jared Dudley. You know, Carmelo Anthony, yes, does bring a little bit more of that star power. He was an elite scorer. I don't know if he still is anymore, but Jared Dudley on the whole, you know, is more of a well-rounded player, is more of a role player that I think at the end of the day, the Lakers were more looking for. So I am fine with Jared Dudley being on this team over Carmelo Anthony, but Royce White has some other things to say about that. But that is going to be it for today's Lakers Report Rumors Roundup. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to remind you guys again to hit that subscribe button, not only to Chat Sports, but to our new Chat Sports Lakers YouTube channel as well. Thank you guys again for watching. Once again, I've been your host, Hannah Kulik. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and until next time, Laker Han is out. Bye, guys.